Pouring with rain and we're about to go camping. That's how excited we are to try the bus out. Let me just show you what I've done. This is the progress so far. Got the bed made. I still need to paint that. That's got 2 coats, I think. Now here's the progress with the cupboards. Well, welcome back. We've put the paintbrushes down and we are giving her a little test run, taking her down to Manjimup. It's wet, it's a bit cold. We've just kind of packed a few of the bare essentials. So come along and see how this first trip goes. Well, first night in the caravan went pretty well. Sorry, not the caravan, the bus. Why did I call it a caravan? We took a very long time to cook the dinner last night because the 3 gas elements, I don't know, it just doesn't flame. It's not like your usual gas cooker where things cook. And so I was making a chicken fettuccine. And it took hours to make because it just couldn't heat up fast enough. It took ages to boil water. So I don't know if I need to get that looked at or if that's just how it is and we just have to make sure we've allowed a long time to cook anything. I don't know. So that was one thing. The other thing we realised is that we'd forgotten to check the hoses to get water into the bus. So I don't know, the hose was an really old hose and it had metal attachments, and of course those attachments did not attach to the taps at the caravan park. So we used the facilities. Luckily we did book at the caravan park because I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to just go off into the wilderness, but luckily we did. So we could use their facilities, so that worked out really well. And then later that night, Dan discovered that there was water in the tanks, so we didn't have to use the facilities after all. So the hot water is very hot, so I tried that this morning. I had a little quick shower in the shower there and it worked out so good. The hot water is really hot and I'm really happy with that, and that it all works fine. So yeah, we've been out to Mitre 10 today, this morning already. Went out for a cafe for breakfast because we realised that it's going to take a long time to boil a pot. I haven't got my jug yet. I have ordered one off Amazon, but this is the hose that we got. It's a proper drinking water hose. Cost $50 for one of those. And the power cord to get power to the bus, what was provided here, it was this really short power cord, so we got another one of those. I love this boot. Isn't this cool? This is going to be so easy for me to get in and out of all those sort of bits and pieces. Like, it's a big amount of storage there. So that's what we've done. We've done that this morning, got the hose, so we'll get back later on. We just now parked up at this really cool national forest. All around us is bush. Isn't that cool? So we're just gonna have a bit of a rest. I didn't sleep very well last night because we'd eaten so late, and I get a bit of indigestion when I do that. And it was rich food. I had red wine, then I had rich food, and we ate late. So I'm lying with this indigestion. So I did not sleep well. But that's nothing to do with the bus. But yeah. Look at that cool old shack there. Oh, that's so cool, that old shack. We just realised that we've parked on a netball court, I think, or a basketball court. But yeah, this is what I loved, and this is what I imagined it would be like, just to be a bit more in nature, to see all the trees and to smell that fresh air. This is what I imagined it would be like. So yeah, I'm doing it now. I'm living it. It's really cool. We're in Bridgetown. It is such a funky little town. All these cool little shops and trinket things and knickknacks, and the smell of cow manure. You can tell you're in the country. Look behind me, look at those cool shops. Going to the bakery, gotta try out the pies and the donuts and the little small town bakeries. Hi.
Hey,
That's what we had our eye on. I bought a butter chicken pie. First time I've ever had a butter chicken pie. Just a mouthful of pastry so far.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm not sure if I even rate the pastry on this.
Oh.
This looks better. Should I start with my steak and cheese? Trying Dan's pie now. He got the steak, cheese and bacon. It's okay.
No steak.
No steak. Like, not much meat in this pie. Wouldn't be coming back here to this particular bakery in Bridgetown. Not the best, not the worst.
Not horrible.
But you know, when you come to a little town, you think, oh, the pies are good. There is another bakery here though. Good on a cold day. But I don't rate it. You guys, guess what? I just found this most beautiful lino flooring just here in Bridgetown. We just got back to the bus. We took it from the shop just to try it, to make sure it's going to fit and make sure that it's the right colours and all that, and they just kindly let us take it and then come back and pay for it. I'm so happy I found it. It's very unusual kind of pattern, and yeah, I thought I might end up having to go with some sort of laminate type flooring or some other kind of plain lino, but I found something different, so I'll turn around and show you. It's just sitting up on the bed at the moment, but this is the pattern. It's good having it up against the bed, sort of colours that I'm using, so you can kind of see it will go quite well. And I am wanting to bring a bit of red in as well, and it's a industrial strength lino as well, so it's really hardy. It's going to wear really well. As soon as they said, I'm sure they said imported from France, because that's when I go, I buy it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Well, we've done the couple of days trip away, figured out a few things that we needed, and I'm going to tell you about those now, because it did take a little weekend away to realize a few things that I want to change, and some things that I thought I wanted to change, but in the end realize that those things are perfect the way they are. They just need a bit of sprucing up. So the first thing is, we got down to Manjimup and we didn't have the right hoses, did we? And then we realised, and so I was up at the camp toilets and using their shower and stuff like that, and then realised, oh wait, we actually had the tanks full of water before we left, so they must have sold it to us full of water and we didn't check. So in a way that was a good find, because we also realised on the way down that we were using so much fuel. So now that we know the tanks were full, we won't be doing that. So yeah, we had full tanks of water. Then we had to go and buy the correct hose to use to put water in here. So you had to get a proper graded, is it a food quality hose or something like that? We just asked Mitre 10 for hose for caravanning for your fresh water. Then the power cord that they supplied was short, really short, so it was not going to fit. Sorry, this is all shaking around everywhere. Let me just tilt it. Is it going to tilt? I think that's okay. The power cord, yes. So it was really short. We had to get a new power cord. Then realised that the power cord we bought, the fitting was just too fat to go into the plug. So we've sort of had to use it as an extension cord instead. Now, I don't think you meant to do that. So I'll have to sort something out there before I go off and do a proper trip on my own. So that was two major things that we had to learn. I'm still trying to figure out, it is a flush toilet, but I can't get it to flush. So I think what I'm figuring out is that I have to have the pump on to flush the toilet. So it's just all a learning curve. So yeah, and that was the purpose of this trip. The other thing, do you remember that cabinet at the door? I'll show you. I'll do another video. Right. Front door, there's that first ugly cabinet, right? And right from the get-go, I said I hated it. I didn't like it. It was ugly. And I felt like it took up a fair bit of space. Turns out that is a brilliant cabinet, because when we, hang on, I'll move out of here. When we were set up here, Dan would sit there and then I would sit at the back here, and I put a cushion behind here. Excuse my Ugg boots. I put a cushion behind there and I just sat on that cushion. So I was thinking I would have to build a specific kind of platform here, because I was talking about that in the last video. Well, no, I actually don't. All I needed to do was put a cushion there. Then that worked out beautifully, because I could just put any of my drinks, things that were in the way, phone, whatever, on that cabinet. So I'm going to paint that cabinet, and I might mosaic the top. So it turns out I don't need to build a platform. I don't need to remove that. I just need to put a cushion there, which means this table, it was actually too wide. So great length, but it was too wide. It was just too squashy getting in and out of that area. So I might halve that size, make it maybe the size of a laptop. That'll be perfect. So really, this week I'm going to be just going hard with the paintbrush. And that's the other thing the handyman did suggest, that I know I probably would get some comments and some suggestions about the way I'm painting. I'm honestly just using a paintbrush and a roller. It's just simple. I know it takes a bit of time. The handyman did mention that hey, if I unscrewed everything and put it all in the garage and laid it out, that he'd just go along and spray a couple of coats for me, or set it all up for me so that I could spray it. Honestly, I'm doing it my way, and I know it's probably not the best way, but I don't want to be unscrewing everything. I feel like that is a much bigger of a pain than what I'm doing, even though what I'm doing takes more time. I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm doing it my way. It's the only way I know how, and I'm comfortable doing it like that. And to be honest, I'm quite enjoying the process. I know it's taking a bit longer than what I thought. I thought I'd be done with everything by now, honestly, but it's a process, and I feel like what I'm getting out of just doing this is just getting hands-on. Like I sit at my computer, I'm doing creative things on the computer. I'm really enjoying the process of just creating something pretty out of something that's really ugly. So I'm going to do it my way. Might not be the best way, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to have a good time doing it. So that's my plan in the next few days, is to crank the music, have some fun, and get cracking painting the bus. The other thing that I discovered is about the window treatments, should we call them that? All we've got is these, what are those things called? You know, when you get those things that you fold out and you put on your windscreen to stop the sun and the heat coming in. That's all the window dressings I've got. We do have these curtains, but I'm taking them down. Most of them have come down already. They're really ugly. This is what they look like. ugly. These are the original curtains, so they're not my choice. Let's just put it that way. So what I did discover was that IKEA have pull down blinds, and they're sort of a paper thing, but they are block out. So I think that'll be fine. And then I'll still keep those things that you pull out and put on your windscreen. I know I don't have any of the technical terms, I'm sorry, but I'm sure you know what I'm saying. You pull it out, put it on the windscreen, and it's a reflector thing, and it stops the sun or the cold coming in. So I'm still going to use that for the front of the bus and the back of the bus, because I think that would help a lot with reducing some of the heat and stuff coming in. But I think the block out blinds will probably do the job. I did notice a fair bit of condensation in the bus over the few days we were camping in the rain. I might talk to the caravan shop down the road here and talk to them about what could be some possible solutions in reducing some of that, maybe a dehumidifying thing. That's so far the update. I'm learning as I'm going along. I'm loving the journey. I have had a few moments actually of like, am I really going to do this? Am I just playing games here? Am I going to do this? I've had a few moments of being a bit scared actually, of just going off on my own and doing this. Not that I'm scared of being alone. I do enjoy my own company, strangely, which is why I do want to do this. It's just such a opportunity of a new layer of self-discovery. I've done a lot of self-discovery and a lot of healing in my life, especially in the last 10 years. But I'm just going for the ride. I'm glad you're coming along with me. Is it an existential crisis? I don't know. Let's find out. But at the same time, it's going to be great, but it's also, there's a whole other side to this that is scary and a bit nerve-wracking. So yeah, I'll leave it here for now.